Kia ora, and welcome again to this tutorial. This particular one is all about song structure and looping and turning your loops into more of a completed song. So the whole idea is that a great loop isn't just a song, it's the DNA of that, but this is how to turn a short loop into an actual structured piece with an intro, verse, chorus, bridge, and using nothing really but copy and paste once you've got your general idea. And you'll see that I've got an example that I have here from a previous tutorial that I did in the past for a beats recreation for some of my students, and the example I used was Seven Nation Army. So essentially what you have, if you're going to, I'm just not going to mince any words, going to get straight into it. If you want to loop, the very first thing you need to do is you grab it at the top right hand corner, whatever you've made, and you're dragging it along there. Now, the one thing that is a trick for young players or people that are just starting out is that when you zoom in, you might find that your loop isn't bang smack on this line here. That would mean if I had, for example, a loop that went to here and then I started looping, my loop is not going to loop on the bar in the correct time. So as I start to get further and further along, I'm further and further out of time with my loop. Okay, so you want to make sure that your loop does in fact go the entire distance before it is completely looped. So you drag it to its point, you make sure that you've clipped it if you've gone slightly over when you go to start your loop, and grab it in the top right hand corner. Now, the way that Seven Nation Army is structured, I'm using this as a very simple song, and I haven't done the full song, and I'm not gonna, for the sake of audio reasons, I'm not gonna put the actual audio in. I have created a loop very quickly and easily and put that first section in. This is the intro with bass guitar. It has 2 bars there, and then the drums come in, and it's just a kick and a floor tom, which comes in here, and then a snare drum comes in for roughly 2-ish bars, or 2 movements, whatever you want to call that, before you get to the chorus section. And yeah, that's basically what we're working with. Essentially, you make your little parts, and then you loop, and that's all there really is to it. But before you touch BandLab, you need to sort of sketch your structure on paper or in your head. Do you want your song to have an intro? Do you want your song to have an 8-bar verse? Does it want to have a really catchy chorus? Do you want to be like Lord in Royals and start with your chorus? This matters for NCEA specifically because composition standards ask for a coherently structured, substantial piece of music, not just a loop on repeat. So having a plan before you start means that every copy and paste you do is intentional, not just random. And that's really, really important. In BandLab, structure is built by duplicating regions along a timeline, right-click, and then hit copy and hold. Now, basically every music teacher that's ever seen anything handed in through a BandLab or through a Soundtrap or whatever has seen this. So we all know what we're looking for in terms of variety. We don't want just a copy-paste when we're marking this. We want to make sure that there is variation, which will allow you to access something beyond achieved. A song is built entirely from identical repeated copies of a still sound, even with the right structure. So you can still use that basic concept and put things in. Just make sure that you know that the structure is planned before you build, copy, and then paste. Cool, that's today's video. Cheers.